And in state after state, they're doing everything they can to stop black people, Latinos, poor people, young people, people with disabilities from voting. It's a blast from the Jim Crow past. I thought we had won that battle back in the 1960s. To see it rear its ugly head is such a great disappointment. It's one of the barriers that I intend to knock down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, Webb Hubbell, author of Ginger Snaps, former Assistant Attorney General in the Clinton administration and former Hillary Clinton law partner. Hello, Webb. Good to talk to you again.
Doing great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. All right. In your former capacity as number 2 in the Justice Department, is Hillary Clinton correct? Do you believe that we're going back to Jim Crow when it comes to voters' rights?
Well, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't see that happening.
Okay, so you disagree with her in this case?
Well, I don't know what she was talking about, but I think, you know, this is political rhetoric. They're all saying it. They're all doing it. And there are some attempts to limit voting and some attempts to require IDs where people can't get IDs, and that should be stopped. But I don't think it's the end of the world.
So Jim Crow is an exaggeration, at least.
Well, I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinions, Steve.
All right, but along those lines, is Hillary moving so far to the left now? And that's one of the examples I could give you. I could give you many more, going after police officers, etc. But will she then, if she wins the nomination, have to become more centrist to win the general election?
I think you'll see Hillary and whoever the Republican nominee is move to the center. They always do. You know, they say what is necessary to get elected.
And that's politics as usual?
Unfortunately, that's politics as usual.
But when you have like this soundbite, and when you have her, you know, bringing up Trayvon Martin and others where either the person who killed the one who died, whether it's an officer or George Zimmerman, how do you take that back? The video is out there. You know, the video is out there of her bashing cops and saying we're going back to Jim Crow. So you can move to the center, but how do you get rid of what you said in the primary?
You know, I think there's so much noise out there that nobody's listening right now, Steve. And I think the point is that we're listening to sound bites, and we need to change the discussion. We ought to be back on talking about the issues that are really affecting us, and that's the deterioration of our infrastructure and things of that sort.
All right, let me ask you, who's a stronger challenger to Hillary? Do you believe it's Cruz, Rubio, or Trump?
Rubio.
Why?
I just think that he'll be able to draw the young people that Bernie's got right now. So I would be more afraid of Rubio than I would Trump or Cruz.
What about Super Tuesday? What about Arkansas? How do you think Trump will fare there in Arkansas and in the other states?
You know, my state left me a few years ago. It's gone totally Republican, so I really don't know, but I suspect that Trump will carry my old former state. Said here.
And the rest of the states in play on that day as well?
I think it'll be a mixture. I think if it's not a totally southern state, I think you'll see a mixture. I think Cruz will win Texas, for example.
Let me ask you about Gitmo. The president today, once again, making a proposal to Congress, not ruling out an executive order to close Gitmo, you know, says it's not who we are, blah, 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 blah. Can this president, if the Congress refuses to go along, and so far they've refused, can he and should he issue an executive order to close Gitmo?
It's not a matter of closing Gitmo. We've got people who've been down there for over a decade, and they need to either be tried or let go. We don't have the right to just arrest people and hold them forever without bringing them to trial.
But they're not American citizens. We do have that right. They have no rights here, right?
I disagree with that. I think every human being is entitled not to be held in prison for the rest of their life. What if Americans are in the Middle East? Do we think they should be able to hold them for the rest of their lives?
All right, so constitutionally speaking, as a former, number 2 in the DOJ, does he have the authority, if the Congress doesn't act, to close Gitmo?
He can close Gitmo, but he's going to have to bring them to trial.
So the prisoners he could transfer, but they have to come to trial.
They need to come to trial.
Yeah. All right, Webb, great talking to you, sir. As always, thank you very much. Pick up his book, Ginger Snaps, a great story, great novel. Up next, CEO and co-founder of VFT Solutions, Wayne Lonstein, on the Apple versus the FBI.